since 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Everybody, we are back today in the PMDG 737-800. Why does my camera look a little weird? Emil's in the house, says hello, my friend is waiting, Quebec Gatineau Railway 920. Welcome, welcome, Emil, and I hope your friend enjoys his train spotting, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget that like button. So we're back in the 737-800. Let me just see if I can fix my stream cam real quick. Kind of looks... Oh, I know why. Okay, give me one moment, guys. I'll be right... Actually, wait. I think it looks fine now. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. 1 sec. Just need to fix something. Okay, we're back. And back on the vertical stream as well. There we go. It's just the color of shirt that I'm wearing that kind of makes it sparkle the camera. But anyways, VATSIM is online. I've gotten a pre-departure clearance. We got your sim CFI. What's going on, man? How are you enjoying FS Expo? I saw a couple of your shorts. I saw the yoke you were talking about, the mozzarella force feedback, mozza force feedback, whatever you call it. I hope you're really enjoying FSE, my friend. Wish I could be there, but unfortunately I couldn't make it. Welcome your sim CFI in the house. We haven't touched the 7.3 in a while. Dude, that yoke is legit. I want one. How much is it? To be honest, your sim, I was loving the side stick for the Airbus that you were trying out. It looked so good. It looked so like realistic, and just the way you were moving it, I could tell it had some weight to it. Like I could tell it was kind of like not as flimsy as the freaking Thrustmaster one, but 1,000 Canadian. Okay, well maybe when you make captain. I might go golfing this week, says Emil. Ooh, 18 hole or 9 hole, bro? I've done a bunch of 9 holes. Very fun. We got someone doing a river visual right now, so I'm guessing we're departing runway. This looks spicy. Let's see them do the visual. I guess we're departing to the south runway 19, so I don't have to worry about that restricted area by the White House. Bring it in, whoever you are. You're live on YouTube. Oh, great job. Great job. Awesome. Beautiful. Right in the touchdown zone on center line. Definitely better than me. All right, guys. Let's hop in. As I said, I'm going to be a little bit rusty because I haven't touched this aircraft in God knows how long, but let us do our best. And we are live on the vertical stream as well. Oh, just the driving range? Okay. That side stick was from SK Alaki, the one V1 used. I was gonna say that looks a lot like the one V1 has. That's awesome, man. $1,000 though? I don't know about that. 1,500? Yeah, no thanks. The stick is north of 1,500 USD. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. It's an awesome looking stick, but I don't know about paying that much. Even if I could afford it. Okay, let's get our data from SimBrief, which we did. Southwest 502 today, PMDG 737-800, departing DCA to MCO. Let's get our weather for departure, and where's the ground services? As I said, excuse me as I knock out the rust a little bit, guys. So the chocks are set. Ground power, I guess we can request that. Ground power is connecting. Okay, and I'll just do a random GSX boarding. I don't really care much for GSX, but we'll do Southwest. Okay, ground power is connected, and let me just check the vertical stream real quick. Okay, we got. Appreciate you guys tuning in on the vertical stream as well. Hit that like button on both if you can. Open aft cargo door. So, open. Let's come over here. Alright, let's see if we can remember how to fly this bad boy, yeah? DC power. And AC power. And nav lights on. I don't want the tug just yet. I'll board the crew. Open left entry and right entry. I don't remember having to do this manually. Alright. I'm gonna come up here. So everything stays off. Normal position, normal for displays and navigations. Fuel pumps are off for now. I'll go cabin util on, and IFE can go on. And we're gonna go emergency exit lights to arm. Chimes are gonna go to auto. We'll test the ding dong. Let me actually turn up the sounds a little bit. Hopefully you guys can hear that. 5x5. Oh, this is so annoying. Open left entry. What do you want from me? Open left entry. Well, I'm trying to. It's open. Thank you, GSX. Open all of them. Alright. Whoops. Let us resume. So, window heat. I'll turn on the hydraulic pumps now. That's fine. Packs can go... can stay off for now, that's fine. APU bleed is off. Cruising altitude, I did have a pre-departure clearance I got. I'm expected to cruise 340 10 minutes after departure. And let's check the field elevation down in Orlando. 96. Cool. That is all good over there. And IRSs can go to nav. If I come up here, I'll put this on heading and STS because it'll show me how long till alignment. Alright, I'm going to go over to the FMC. AIRAC cycle is good till 10th of July. That's good. Pause in it. Kilo, Delta, Charlie, Alpha. We'll wait for the left GPS. In the meantime, I'll get the right amount of lighting here. Cool. That is good to me. Upper DU can come down a little bit. And lower DU. Alright, good. Just waiting on the left GPS. Does this happen to anybody else's sim, guys? I don't know why from like a month or so ago it started having this little glitchy looking ugly pink thing that I don't like. So I'm just gonna put it like this. Come over here and get the Navigraph stuff out. So for our departure, airport chart 10-9. We're somewhere over here with the on the southwest gates. For the SID, I'm expecting the Amy 1 departure, so I'll get that out as well. And actually, I forgot to say we are using the Drzewiecki, I think that's how you say it. Drzewieckidesign. KDCA, and one thing that I find cool about the scenery is this. All the ambient noise, I love it. Very cool. Definitely recommend this scenery, guys. And this is not even the main departure hall. This is just like a Southwest and Air Canada wing. We got the blue screen of death over here. Pretty cool scenery. I don't know that many sceneries where you can like hear all the ambient noise, but anyways, let's go back here and grab our left GPS and put it over here. Go to route DCA. I think I could just request it. Yep, sim brief route DCA to MCO 340, cost index of 14, 693 nautical miles. Select the route, and that is requesting. In the meantime, I can grab the automated terminal information service 13265.
Recent call runway assignments and hold short instruction. Altitude. Departure. Recent call runway assignments and hold short instruction.
Route.
All runway assignments and hold short instruction. Do not enter prohibited airspace north of the airport. RNP-19er approach on request. Do not enter prohibited airspace north of the airport. Brief and call runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Romeo.
Information Romeo is current.
Washington National Airport ATIS information Romeo 2352 Zulu. Wind 170 at 5.
Okay, so winds are out of the south.
5,500 scattered. 1,000 scattered. Ceiling 5,000 overcast. Temperature 28. 2.23. Altimeter 2996.
2996.
Arrivals expect river visual 19er. Landing and departing runways 19er. 15. Multiple approaches in effect.
2996 set 3 times.
Advisory notices to air missions, notice to airmen. Runway 22 closed. Numerous cranes in
runway 19 in
airport.
use. Execute.
Bird activity. Read and call runway assignments and hold short instructions. Altitude. Departure.
Amy 1 SID.
Read and call runway assignments and hold short instructions. All runway assignments and hold short instructions.
Scoop transition.
Do not enter prohibited airspace north of airport. RNP-19er approach on request. Do not enter prohibited airspace north of the airport. Brief and call runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Romeo.
Alright, we got Romeo. On the Amy 1 off runway 19, climb on heading 187 to 515 feet, then direct FIMB, cross FIMB at or above 1,500 or and at or below 230 knots, then on track 156 to McNabb, then on track 156 to Amy, cross Amy at or above 5,000 feet. So 515 left turn to Levy, FIMB 1500 and 230 max, McNabb, Amy 5,000 to Scoop. 515, FIMB 156 to McNabb, Amy, good. And then on course, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to execute that. And then for my arrival, over here on the side, we got Mr. Flight Sim Gaming, another Toronto buddy in the house. Welcome, welcome, sir. I was out earlier. I did catch a glimpse of your MD-11, but I didn't want to chat because otherwise I would have had to stick around and I was like literally driving, man. But I did give you a like and awesome stream earlier, buddy. And we got AvGeek. I think your name shows up as Bruin Diaz. For some reason, it's your username. It's not AvGeek Brewforce anymore. But welcome, man. Back in the PMDG, yes, sir. Where was I? Damn, I haven't flown this freaking thing. I hate when I get so freaking rusty, man. Trust me, guys. If you think like other people are tough on you, I'm the most like toughest on myself. Anyways, simple. Get it together. Electronic flight bag. Actually, not that. OFP. We're expecting the dates 2 into... Oh, no, that's for the alternate. We're expecting the GTOUT 1 from Leopard transition to 17 left. So GTOUT 1, Leopard transition. And yeah. Weird. Flight Sim Gaming says, appreciate you. And AvGeek says, weird must be the member thing. I swear before when you got the membership, it didn't do that. I don't know. But, yeah. Alright, cool. I'm not gonna worry about the runway for now. But, can I execute it, or does it want me to pick a runway? Let's see, if I go here. Step, 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 step. Leopard. Yeah, I think the arrival is in. Actually, no, the GTOUT 1 didn't get saved. Interesting, so it wants a runway from me? 17 left. Okay, let's do runway. 17 left. GTOUT 1, Leopard. And I'll just execute that for now, and we'll worry about the actual runway and any transition or via on the approach later. So let's go over here. I think I could do my weight and balance, which is right here from the payload. So I could have done it from SimBrief directly, but I like to do everything the hard way apparently. So let's go to my OFP. I want 184 passengers on board. 10.1 on the cargo. Zero fuel weight 138.3. So the zero fuel weight is in there. Everything's correctly in there. Okay. So that's my payload. And for fuel, how much do I need? $18. Okay, something seems off to me. First of all, the max landing weight is 138. We're going to be at our max landing weight, so I can't take any extra fuel. So I'm just going to take 18. That's in there. Now, why is my payload already set? Usually I have to do that manually, and I never selected payload. SimCFI says, no lie, jump seating on the Embraer 175 captain used to be a RJ captain and said RJ is way more fun. Much faster and makes you a better pilot. No, I like chirped him for 175 only being able to climb at 250 IRL. So I saw your message in the group that they literally say start 1 or whatever, and they put the start switch to start, and that's it. So they don't even have to like guard a fuel lever or something like that. That's hilarious, man. It sounds like my kind of plane. Less work the better. But yeah, I could definitely see how the RJ makes you a better pilot, that's for sure. Makes you earn your money. Alright, so whatever, I'm happy with the fuel, with the payload. That's fine. Init ref. Zero fuel weight goes in here, which gives me a gross weight of 156,400. Planned fuel 17.998, so I'll just call it 18. And the fuel reserves, which is going to be my FinRes plus alternate, 5.3 today. Alternate is going to be, what's my alternate? Tampa. Haven't been to Tampa in a while, actually. All three of us at Expo? Hey, maybe. Maybe, I'll see. If I'm not in school, which I probably will be, hopefully. Fingers crossed. 340 on the cruise altitude, and the cruise wind, according to Mr. What was his face? Flight deck to sim. He usually goes to top a climb at the altitude that he wants to and puts the wind there. So 250 at 22. 250, 22. Check. And at that altitude, minus 43 centigrade. Good. Transition altitude set. That's good. Good for me. N1 limit. Should we derate? We're actually very heavy today. Let's go over to our IRS is our line, by the way. Gotta see if F1 fails on the same weekend. If it does, hey, how was F1 this year, man? How was it? Did you get floor seats or were you bleachers? I remember when I went 2023 a couple years ago, I had the floor seats, which are cheaper, and I was like, I do not regret not getting the bleacher seat because I actually preferred to walk around and kind of be free that way. I felt like if I paid that extra money for the bleacher seat, then I would have felt compelled to kind of sit there and be like, I'm getting my money's worth. So, performance tool, takeoff, DCA, runway 19, dry. As we can see, it's not raining or anything. Import the numbers from the aircraft, flap configuration optimum, rating optimum. Import the weather, 170 at 5, altimeter 2996, cross-checked. We're going to go calculate. Cell temp of 35 today. 35. And are we derating? We're not derating. Makes sense because we're heavy. I'm looking for how much thrust. 98.3 and 1. I have 99.1. Cool. And the climb, I'll keep it regular as well. No derating on the climb. We'll go takeoff. Flaps 5. Oh, flaps 15. Okay, cool. So we are really heavy today. CG, because a short runway makes sense. V1 38, 40, 47, 4.88, 38, 40, 47. V2 plus 15, we'll call it 162. General admission this year, did general admission 2 years in a row now, but I'm going to go back to grandstands. It's just a better, yeah, the view for sure you can't deny, but definitely a lot cheaper, man. We are freaking heavy, guys. All right, let's go back to the departure chart. So on the Amy 1, I want a top altitude of 5,000, and I'm going to cross-check that against the PDC here to make sure they didn't give me anything different. Climb via the SID, expect 34010 minutes after. Okay, so 5,000 is on the SID. Good. And heading 187. That's set. I think we're all good to go, guys. Looks like they're still boarding, but since I'm God in the sim, I'm gonna play God. Reset position. See ya. We're all loaded up. Okay, fuel. I have 18.1 on board confirmed. I'm gonna go seatbelt signs, and let's go yacht amper, fuel pumps. We probably have in the center tank as well, right? We have 0.81 in the center tank, so I'll burn that 810 pounds off. Let's see, the low pressure lights extinguished. Good. Fuel pumps are on. Good. I believe I can go ahead and start off the Apu now. Wait for the APU to start kicking. There it goes. Let's hear outside. And I just realized instead of the nav lights, I had turned on the anti-collision lights. Ugh, can you say I'm rusty? So nav lights are on steady now. There we go. That's what I meant to do. But since we're starting the APU, now we can start the anti-collision light. My bad. Alright, the APU is kicking. Emil says, I learned something about Japan rivers today. They have wild koi in the river. I was like, no way, man. Yeah. They have a lot of koi fish down in Japan. I know that's kind of like their national fish or whatever you call it. Just going to check the departure one more time. Looks good to me. Okay, good. So that goes on map. 6287 5000. I'm going to go flight directors. And we're going to go LNAV, VNAV. Good. APU is on. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the bleeds. So for engine start, I'll keep the packs off. So the passengers are probably complaining that they're hot and everything, but too bad. Too bad. Probe heat stay off. Electrical hydraulics pumps on. Good. Let's close up our doors. Close. Close. Close the cargoes, and we're ready to get out of here, guys. What am I squawking today? So departures 133.7. We have DCA tower on. We're going to go 19.1. And then departure frequencies 133.725 DC center. Alright, 725, that's in. And my squawk code 7042. 7042. Transponder, I could probably keep it on altitude reporting off for now, but I don't know if that's sometimes working or not in VATSIM, so I'll go ahead and keep it on transponder. That's fine. So doors are closed. I don't think I need to, actually I do need to go APU on the bus, and ground power can go goodbye. Where is my ground services? Ground connection. Okay, it's already gone. We'll make sure that the parking brake's already set, and shocks can go bye-bye. And just like that, after a little bit of rust kicking, we are ready to depart. Departure chart, where's my pinned? Airport. I kind of wish, instead of like dividing it by categories like that, that they have all of it in one spot. Avgeek says you gotta get the Boris sounds for the 7.3. I have it for the CRJ, I don't have it for the 7.3. Now I vaguely remember your SimCFI when I was flying with him with the shared cockpit, that we had something called an instrument brief. Do I need to put anything in the nav frequency for this? I don't think so. We're not really using any VOR, so I'm gonna go. Where is my traffic? Traffic rings go on. All right. I think auto throttle can go armed from now. Alright, instrument brief is we are expecting the AME-1 RNAV departure. Constraints as briefed. MSA 2,100 feet. We got VNAV, LNAV, auto throttle armed. Transponder 7042, nav not required. Something like that. Cool. Let's get out of here. I'm going to call for push because it says contact me for push. And we got information Romeo. Is this Reagan Tower? What do you call this? DCA Tower or Reagan Tower? Reagan Tower, hello. Southwest 502 with information Romeo. Ready for push to start. I was going to say information radio.
Southwest 502, Washington Tower. Push and start on to Kilo approved. Call for taxi. Expect runway 19 for departure.
Push to start onto Kilo, approved call for taxi, and runway 19 Southwest 502. Alright, push and start onto Kilo. Approved. So it's going to be nose right. Hopefully, last time when I was flying last week with SimCFI and Flight Sim Gaming from Kelowna to Portland, I remember my GSX fully freaking pushed me onto the grass. I was like, fail. Alright, let's go. Let's see how this does. Yeah, I got information radio. Ironically, Avgeek, I just passed my first exam in my aviation journey for the radio license. And yeah, it's pretty easy, but apparently I don't know R is Romeo, I call it radio. And I believe this can go RTO before we even start our engines. At least that's how Flight Deck Sim does it. And if you guys are noticing anything that's off, please do let me know. I'm a little bit rusty, as I said.
Locking gear.
So we're at our max landing weight. We're going to be at our max landing weight, and we're pretty much at our max takeoff weight. So for kilo, it's going to be nose to the right.
Release parking brakes.
Okay, parking brakes released. You're clear to push.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Roger, will be starting engine number 2, sequence number 1. Okay, clear left. Clear right. Starting engine number 2. APU bleeds on. Packs off. Isolation valve open. Starting 2. We got N2. Give it fuel. And 1. Fuel flow. Pretty good push from GSX today. I'll take that. Starter relay. Starting engine number 1.
Set parking brakes.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Stand by.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start.
And 2.
You can disconnect.
And 1. Fuel flow, EGT rising. Orlando, here we come, taking y'all to Disney World tonight. What's your favorite park at Disney World for the ones that have been there? I remember I went there when I was a kid, and I liked.
Unlocking gear.
I think I only went to Epcot. I didn't go to Magic Kingdom, and I forgot what the third one was. I only went to Epcot, but Epcot was pretty cool. You've never been? Hey, you're from Florida, man. I'm surprised.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass.
Block time goes on. Alright, we got 2 good engine guys.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
So we're going to go over here. Engines on the bus. APU can go off. Probe heats on. Packs auto. Isolation valve auto. APU bleed off. Engine start switch continuous. Flaps. There he goes with the bypass pin. Set 15. Pretty heavy today, so we're using 15. Busch Gardens? No, I've never heard of that. What is that? What's Busch Gardens? And trim was 488. Trim set. Recall checked. Alright. Why do I feel like we're forgetting some? It's like, is it like the Maple Leaf Gardens? Oh, okay. It's in Tampa like Disney? No, I had never heard of that. Alright guys, YOLO. Hopefully we're not missing anything. I think we're good. APU is off. APU, or engines are in the bus. Packs are auto. Engine bleeds, continuous on the... Okay, good. Let's go. I'm just gonna roll forward a little bit. Now the taxiing in DCA is a little bit confusing sometimes. Let's get our taxi instructions. Tower Southwest 502 with information Romeo, ready to taxi 19.
Southwest 502, runway 19er, taxi via Kilo 5, Juliet, cross runway 15.
Kilo 5, Juliet, cross 15 at Juliet, runway 19, Southwest 502. Alright, Kilo 5, Juliet. So we're in Kilo. Where's Kilo 5? It's going to be a left turn, and then a right, and then Juliet, cross 15 to... hold on. We're going this way. So we're going to go Kilo 5, Juliet, north, and then cross 15 on Juliet. Line up and wait. Roger. Let's go. I've been to Busch Garden. They have a steam-powered locomotive with passenger car. What is this Busch Garden? I'm so freaking curious now. So that's like a Disney World in Tampa, Flight Sim Gaming saying? And guys, if the sounds of the sim is overpowering my voice and you guys can't hear me, please let me know. I'll turn it down. In fact, it's making myself a little bit deaf, so I'm going to turn it down just a tad bit here. Hopefully you guys can hear me 5x5. Brake check, good. Your controls, my controls. Brake check, good. Your controls, my controls. Alright, Kilo, it's going to be a left-hand turn onto Juliet. AvGeek says loud and clear. Roger. Thank you. So we're going that way. Kilo 5 to Juliet. And those of you that are, if you're watching on the vertical stream, you'll see that I have the map, the Navigraph map as an overlay in the background there. So Kilo 5 is going to be somewhere there. So not this intersection, but the next one. Not this one, but the next one. In fact, I could probably see it from here. Kilo 5. I'm going to turn up VATSIM a little bit. Is that one Kilo 5? Oh, okay, Kilo 5's over there. Cool. So we're going to go past this intersection. But yeah, that Airbus side stick that YoSim CFI was checking out at Flight Sim Expo, I want that so bad, but apparently it's $1,500, so no thank you. That's about that's like 3 or 4 flight lessons for me. Each lesson is like $400 or $500 Canadian, which rip wallet, but gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, Kilo 5, left turn Juliet, check. Clear left, clear right. I feel like this scenery, the Drzewiecki, however you say it, the Drzewieckidesign DCA has gotten better on performance than before. It's kind of smooth now. Alright, let's do a quick flight control test. Flight control test over here, and I'll do it on the vertical as well. full left, observed, neutral, full right, observed, elevators, full aft, neutral. Now because I don't have a tiller disconnect, ignore this, rudders, check, full left, full right, observed, neutral, flight control test complete. And we've been given cross 15 at Juliet. Taxi lights. So if I continue all the way straight here, it should cross 1533 at Juliet. Okay, we got N1, cabin's ready. Auto throttles armed. Flap set 15 for takeoff. Trim set 488. Recall checked. Okay, crossing runway 15 at Juliet, clear left. Clear right. Strobe lights. Where is the strobe lights? Over here. Good. Runway turn off, so I'll turn that on as well. Crossing 15. Got the White House over there. It's the greatest White House, the best White House, in the best city that ever was. Alright, 133.725 is there in the departure. And we're gonna go Sid, Amy 1, get that in. Whoops. Hold up. I want Navigraph, Sid, Amy 1, thank you. And I'm going to grab the Navigraph charts here on the Amy 1 for the vertical stream so you guys can see where we are. And we are holding short at Juliet, ready for departure. I kept my strobes and runway turn-off lights on because short distance to the runway. Alright, you guys ready? Let's go take off and landing cam. Oh, this whole time it's been on, okay. Flight control test, turn that off. Takeoff, landing, there we go. Tower Southwest 502, holding short 19 at Juliet, ready for departure.
Southwest 502, wind 1705, runway 19 are clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 19, Southwest 502. Tara, clear for takeoff. Ah, guys, what the I can't, there we go. For some reason my mouse got locked and I couldn't pan. Landing lights, landing lights. Strobes are on, anti-collision, good. Alright guys, YOLO. Hopefully we're not missing anything. TCAS is tawing. And we're clear for takeoff. Final. Clear. This is going to be a spicy little, like, U-turn. going to try to have as much runway as I can. Alright. Oh, not bad, chat. We'll take that lineup. Huh? We'll take that. Runway 19 checks. Alright. If you guys are ready. Spool them up. 40%. Where's the toga? Was that the toga? Set takeoff thrust. Takeoff thrust set. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots.
Z1.
Rotate. Pause the rate. Gear up. LNAV. Flaps 5.
502, contact Washington Center, 123.72.
133.72 Southwest 502. Good day.
Level 40.
Flaps 5. Center tanks are empty.
Washington Center, cross Dizzy.
And
at
one.
flight level 190.
Dizzy 190 for American City 238.
Speed check.
Alaska 14,
Flaps
cross
one.
Derrick at above 3,000, clear RNF, RMPs.
Hold your ears. It's going to be loud, guys.
Cross Derrick at or about 3,000 feet and
See ya.
Zulu, runway 19 approach.
Flaps up.
Alaska 14.
Check with the fuel. Off. Oh, I'll do it after. You know what? Give me autopilot. Give me the autopilot. Thank you. Command.
American
No wonder that's not even the fuel
724,
pumps.
Where are you headed?
There we go.
Yeah, the autopilot started acting up on me, sorry about that. I'm going to level up at 5,000, didn't know what direction I'm going to go.
American 724, that's fine. Just fly your president heading for now, and I'll swing you back south here in about 2 miles.
Okay, flight president heading 5,000, 724.
Alaska 14, maintain 180 knots or greater till a 5-mile final. Towers 100.1, see ya.
180 knots or greater to 5-mile final and power 19.1. Have a great night. Alaska 14.
Oh, the speeds are not correctly there, are they? It was a speed restriction 1 or 230.
724, turn right, heading 180.
Okay, we're past that.
3,000.
Cool.
Heading 180, down to 3,000, 724.
Departure hello Southwest 502, 4,800, climbing 5,000.
Southwest 502, Washington Center, radar contact, climb maintain, flight level 340.
Climb maintain flight level 340, Southwest 502. Okay, we'll go. Let's do a level change for now. 340. Alright, actually VNAV, Alta into vent. VNAV speed check 340.
American 1867, runway 23 right, taxi to Foxtrot Bravo. Delta 325 to settle maintain 3,000.
Alright, we're out of here.
Virgin 411 Yankee, Boston Center is closed, radar services terminated, frequency change approved.
Unicom, thank you,
Avgeek says send it. See ya. That was kind of a hectic departure.
The Shark Arm Washington Center closed in 5 minutes.
Alright, Washington Center's closing. I'm going to bring down the sounds a little bit.
You controlling from my
I kind of missed this aircraft though. Makes you work.
Negative.
SimCFI is probably like, if you think this makes you work, you should see the RJ. DCA, we'll see ya.
387 Atlanta is closed, radar services terminated, frequency change approved.
I'm sorry, who was that for?
United 357. Atlanta Center is closed. Radar services terminated. Frequency change approved.
Alright, we'll see you later. You have a good one. Thanks for the ATC, United 357.
8,900, climbing flight level 340. Got 21 degrees on the skin, going into the clouds.
Reagan 724, the river.
Coming through 10,000. Landing lights, landing lights.
Reagan 724, clear river visual.
Pressurization.
Approach, maintain 170 knots.
Pressurizing. Cabin altitude 1,000. Delta
And
P
we
4
just crashed.
and increasing. Someone just said we just crashed.
Oh, see you. Delta 325, turn right heading 050, descend maintain 2000.
Right heading 050, descend maintain 2000, 225.
Delta 325, speed is your discretion.
Bear back, roger.
Frontier 52940, purple late you want us to stick with you or you want us to stick with you?
Okay, accelerating 300 VNAV speed.
Frontier flight 2940, I was trying to reach you, but I'm going to be closing up so you can switch back to your advisory frequency.
No problem, okay, Frontier 52940.
Delta 325, turn right heading 090, advised of river in sight.
Right heading 090, advised, will advise with the runway side Delta 325.
The river.
The river, Delta 325.
The river.
Delta 325, you have the river.
River side Delta 325.
Delta 325, thanks, clear river visual, runway 19 approach.
Silver River visual, runway 19 approach, Delta 325.
Delta 325, towers 119.1.
Probably gonna go to Unicom soon. 122.8. We'll get that in the box.
American 771, I'm closing up, radar services terminate, frequency change approved.
He's about to close up.
American 771, I'm closing up, frequency change approved.
Over to you, Tom. Thanks. See you later.
Yes, Spearwings 2001, I'm closing up, frequency change approved.
Unicom CS, Spearwings 2001.
Delta 2322, I'm closing, frequency change approved. Delta 273, I'm closing, see it. Delta 964, I'm closing, radar services terminated, frequency change approved.
See ya.
Delta 2286, frequency change approved.
See you, good night.
Good night, United 3800, I'm closing, frequency change approved. Delta 4244, I'm closing up, radar services terminated, frequency change approved.
See ya.
Delta 3, just sure. American 3238, I'm closing, frequency change approved. American 1004, I'm closing, radar services terminated, frequency change approved. Delta 502, frequency change approved, see ya.
Orbit advisory Southwest 502, see ya.
Washington Center's not closed.
Alright, 122.8. Reagan traffic, Southwest 502, 16,100, climbing flight level 340 on the Amy 1 departure. Last call, Washington. Alright. Let's wait for the transition. It's kind of turbulency. Hey, do you guys have your turbulence, what is it called, turbulence settings? Do you have it in realistic, or do you have it set to light, or whatever it's called, or none? Forgot what the actual setting was called, but I'm just wondering. Because mine's set to realistic. And I've heard people say that that's not necessarily a good setting for Microsoft 2020. I don't know about 2024, but let me know what your turbulence settings are set to. Okay, transition. Standard. Standard. Standard set 3 times. And again, we are live on the vertical stream as well for those of you who prefer to watch on your phone. or in the portrait mode. Cool. So we're estimating 15:35 arrival. It's pretty much 14, so hour and a half flight. Not too bad. Let's see how Vatastic is looking. In the meantime, let's go over here and get some spicy views. There we go. Looks good. Let's see what VATSIM's doing. So far, we had a whole bunch of cells and convective activity south of MCO, but luckily I think it's actually moving in a southeasterly track, so it's going away from the field, and it's actually, the weather's pretty clear down in Orlando now. Tower was online when I first set up this stream, but they went offline since, but hopefully they'll come back online before we land. Otherwise it'll be an uncontrolled arrival to Orlando. Let's see, from DCA, where are we? Southwest 502, so we're right here above that little bit of build-ups, I guess you can call it. A little bit of, I guess the radar picks up moisture, so this is all moisture. That's the cells, the, I guess, heart of the convective activity. All the red is the nasty stuff you don't want to follow, you don't want to fly through. But we're pretty much hugging the East Coast, overflying Newport, which I've actually never landed on in the sim or real life. And then probably going to go this way. So we'll start setting up for the arrival about 40 minutes before we arrive at MCO. So we'll call it 14:55. Currently it's about 13:59. So in about 56 minutes we'll start setting up our arrival and getting the weather and all that good stuff in Orlando. Until then, we chill. Nicely pressurized. Delta P7 checked. All right. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna grab some water. Let me spam the water stickers in chat. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. And we're back on the vertical stream as well. YouTube, come on, man. Bless my vertical stream algorithm. What's wrong with you? 4 views? Are you kidding me? Do I have to like do something special to get in the shorts algorithm? Wait, I thought the whole point of this vertical stream is it brings you more views and viewers than the horizontal. Okay, cool. 301, climbing flight level 340. Checked. Top of climb's coming up. And look how heavy we are. So 100.2, so even greater than 100% of our N1 on the climb, because it's not a D rate. So full power climb out. We're getting 1100 feet a minute at flight level 324. That's crazy. So we're using pretty much our max juice. Heavy. Hope we get some VATSIM. We got Drudel Tank Blitz in the house. Says hiya. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Thank you for joining. Thousand feet to go. And we got 3 new subscribers recently. I appreciate you guys. Welcome, welcome. New sub over here. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the subscription, Droodles Tanks. Thank you. Do hit that like button as well. It really does help the channel.
wait is over, Oakville. Harvey's is now open at 223 North Service Road, bringing you flavor.
Just out of curiosity, let's see how the weather is in Orlando. It should be pretty good. So as of 8:53, which is about 23 minutes ago, winds are calm, 230 at 3 knots, 10 statute miles visibility. Few clouds at 9,000 broken, 12,000 broken, 5,000. Temperature 23, dew point 22, altimeter 30.07, sea level pressure 1018 hectopascal, hourly temperature 22.8 and dew point 22.2. So it's actually pretty good weather down in Orlando. Nothing to worry about. Looks good. Let's get an outside view. I'll turn the sounds down just a tad bit. There we go. That right there is the reason why the 737-800 is my favorite aircraft. It's just such a good looking, handsome aircraft with that big old tail. Love it, especially with the winglets. That looks good. And guys, if you enjoy real world trip report videos, I have plenty of those on the channel. Be sure to check out our trip report. We have like 7 of them so far. It's all under the trip reports playlist for those of you that are interested. Airbus is building the A350 freighter with Rolls-Royce Trent XWB-97 engines. They're already converting them to freighters? Interesting. Oh, it's like a brand new build, eh? It's not like a conversion like that they did with the 777. Interesting. I didn't know that. Very cool. When is that supposed to come out? Probably next year. Nice. I wonder if size-wise, like if it's gonna be like the 900 or closer to like the 1000 in terms of the capacity and the length of it. They already got orders. Man, I want Air Canada to have an A350 so bad. I would love to ride an AC 350. Yeah, I'm surprised they don't have one. I think they intend on ordering them, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe they've already ordered them, but it's going to take years for them to receive it, from what I've heard. And we got 6.16 on the left tank, 6.28 on the right tank, so 6.27 now, 1.5. So about 100 and, what is it, 20 pound quote-unquote imbalance, but it's not really an issue. I wonder what's the maximum tolerable imbalance. Let's ask ChatGPT. The maximum fuel imbalance between the left and right main tanks in the 737-800 is 1,000 pounds with the center tank empty. This is based on Boeing's aircraft flight manual and standard operating limitation. So we can be up to 1,000 pounds of imbalance. So this could be 6.23, this could be 5.23, and it's still acceptable. So we have plenty of room there for more imbalance if it happens. I'm going to up our cruise speed a little bit, so we're going to get there faster. We're going to go init. We're going to go cost index 99. Execute, and that's going to bring our cruise speed from Mach 77 all the way to Mach 8. Yeah, United doesn't have a 350 either. So Delta does. Does American have? I don't think American has one either. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I've seen an American Airlines 350. Maybe I'm mistaken. Imagine if one of those like low-cost carriers like, I don't know, Frontier or Spirit. Imagine if they suddenly get like a 350 and start doing transatlantic service for cheap. So you can like hop across the pond for like $80. Could you imagine? Or $100. I know, like, for example, WestJet, which is kind of like a lower cost, medium cost airline here in Canada, they do cross the pond in 787-9, I believe. So it wouldn't be the first time that a low cost carrier has. Although well, WestJet's not necessarily low cost, but it's definitely not like flag carrier prices either. It's kind of in between low cost and AC. But yeah, they definitely have a cross the pond service. I know Air Transit obviously does, but again, they're not really a low cost either, I guess. But JetBlue goes Europe, but it doesn't fly heavy. Goes in the Europe in the 321. I'm saying, imagine if they do a heavy service like 777, 350. All right, we're Mach 0.8 FMC speed LNAV VNAV path. And we're about an hour away now from Orlando. 15:28, 30, yeah, so 53 minutes away. We'll start setting up for the approach in about 40 or in about 10 minutes. Or even a 787-9, yeah, like WestJet does. Exactly. Let me check VATSIM to see if there's any differences in the VATSIM controllers yet. Any changes, I mean. No, it's looking pretty quiet. Pretty quiet Sunday evening here. I am, where am I? Southwest 502. So we're pretty much getting out of the DC airspace soon and entering, what is this? What center is this? That's Charleston, so that's around South Carolina. Then we'll enter. I think MCO is just inside Jacksonville Center instead of Miami Center. And guys, if you're enjoying the stream, again, kind reminder to hit that like button. It really does help share it with more people. And this is the view we got in the vertical stream, guys. I just changed the layout. I don't know if you guys can see that. It doesn't really translate well with the camera, but kind of got the Navigraph on top and then the sim. It's kind of hard to tell. Shows up better on my phone, actually. Alright, this is on my phone. Even that doesn't want to show up properly, but... And then when I put it on the takeoff landing mode for the vertical... Can't wait to see the 777X. Yeah, it's about time for the 777X to come out, man. I've seen so many testing videos of it. I'm like, please release that plane already. It looks insane, the things, the maneuvers and everything that it can pull. This is how the display, or sorry, the takeoff landing mode looks on the vertical stream. We got kind of my flight controls, and then you got the sim, and you got my mug over here on the bottom. They're saying late next year. Okay, we'll see, man. It is about time for that thing to come out. Alright, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and start getting ready for my arrival. So MCO, I'm gonna go to weather. ATIS. So for you guys on the vertical stream, you can already see that, but for the other people on the horizontal stream, let's go over here. We got Swerve in the house. Hey man, what's up? Chillin'. How about you? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining. Smash that like button if you're enjoying the stream, my friend. I thought 777-300ER had a lot of power, but the X has a... Yeah, the X is a beast. Does it have the same engines, or is it more powerful engines? Is it the GE90 or whatever? So MCO arrival information Mike. So that's from... Let's go VATS. Okay, VATSIM's not available. We'll go to real. Information Mike as of 0053 Zulu, which is again half an hour old-ish, 40 minutes. 210 at 3, 10 miles fuel clouds. So we already got that. I'm going to call it Information Mike. Just want to write it down so I don't forget this. We got Information Mike, okay? Altimeter... The important thing is it's they're landing south. ILS runway 17 and 18 right. 17 left, 18 right. Notice to airmen, hotel closed between Hotel 8 and Foxtrot. All aircraft contact ground control on 121.8. Hazardous weather information for MCO area available on flight service frequency. Increased bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Advisor of information, Mike. And what's the altimeter? 3007. GE9X. Oh, okay, so it's like its own engine, eh? It's not just a copy paste of the 777-300. Nice. I just came back from Athens in real life in the 777-300ER. This may be an unpopular opinion, but in real life, I prefer the 330. I've flown on both, and I'm telling you right now, as a passenger, that one's more comfortable. You have a little bit wider seats. And again, I get into all this on my trip reports. If you guys are interested, it's on the channel. But yeah, can't go wrong as a passenger with the 330. I've never been in a 350, but definitely more comfortable and more spacious feeling than the 777. But having said that, I love all of them. My favorite aircraft is the 737-800. This bad boy right here. Just because of its overall sportiness, its kind of traditional cable and hydraulics, and just I just find it such a good-looking aircraft, man. You personally like the 777-300ER? Is that for like in real life flight? Interesting. And one thing I liked about the 7.3 over the A320, the Phoenix and everything, is I can go ahead and quote-unquote arm my altimeter setting. So I can select 307, knowing it's going to be 3007 in Orlando. I can select that from now without having to worry about needing to change it over from standard. So I'll stay in standard, but 3007 is armed for when we get close to the transition altitude of flight level 180. So 3007, left, right, and even the standby you can arm it. 3007, I call it arm, but you know what I mean, kind of presetting it. Cool. The first thing I'm going to do for our descent, I'm going to go over here and we're going to go forecast and give me a little trick for you guys. So you can either request the descent winds directly and it'll kind of pick its own altitudes, or you can specify the altitude. So say I, as the captain, I want 300, I want it at, let's call it 200, and I want it at 10,000. So now, if I go execute and then request descend winds, now it should fetch the correct wind information at those specified altitudes specifically that I want to use in order to calculate my VNAV descent profile, if that makes sense. Little nuances with the 7.3 here. So let's see, we've requested it, it should be loading. There we go, message forecast uplink ready, let's load it. So winds are 0 to 1 at 22 and then 7, and interesting, so it kind of gets less windy, and then at 10,000 it picks up again. So we're going to execute that. QNH, we already know it's 3007 down in Orlando. Execute. That looks good to me. And then based on this, I guess it comes up with the cabin rate of depressurization on the descent. So descent numbers are in. hard to get it. We're at 10 likes. Let's see if we can get to 15 likes by the time we approach. So we got the weather. I am going to land with 7.2 on board. We currently have 10.6 on board. I'm going to land with, we'll call it 2.9 less. Actually, no, 3.4, but I'll call it 3.2. So 3,200 pounds more fuel to burn. So our gross weight is actually going to be 145.8 for landing. 145.8. So based on that understanding, I'm going to come over here to my performance tool, landing en route, 17 left, import aircraft details. So instead of that, which picks up the current gross weight, actually no, so I said 145.2, so it's predicting 145.5. That's fine, we'll go with the number here because it's more conservative, aka we're landing a little bit heavier. Import the weather and we'll go calculate. So, and it's a 5 knot additive. Auto brakes are not 3, I want auto brakes 2. It's a pretty short runway. So 9,000 feet available, we have 7,900, so we're about 1,000 feet to go. We'll roll it out till the end. That's fine. Auto brakes 2, 17 left. So my V app is going to be, and this, it's called VREF, but this actually already includes the 5 knot additive. So 154 for landing. Cool. So that ref is in. Now I'm going to enter my plate information. So we're going to come over here and check our arrival, see how that looks. So we are expecting on the star. What's my star going to be? My arrival into Orlando, Florida, GTOUT 1 from Leopard transition. So we're going to go search arrival, GTOUT 1, and then we can actually get the airport chart as well. So 20-9 and then 17 left. So Leopard, this is basically bring us to Bania, and we can do a straight in. So Bania connects to the approach. So we're gonna fix our ILS 17 left from Bania. Music keeps me singing. 17 left, Bania transition, and then I'm gonna come over here to the McDo, or not the McDo, the FMC, and we want to make sure all the correct waypoints are there on the arrival before we actually execute this. So if I step through it, okay, we're joining the arrival from the Leopard transition, the GTOUT 1 arrival. Let me just turn down the music a little bit. Music keeps me singing. Alright, Leopard is going to be between 34,000 and 300. That's checked. From Leopard, we're going to continue tracking south to November, Oscar, Mike, November, over 190, over 190 or above. Good. From there, we're going to 4U. From 4U, It's at 280 knots and 13,000. (280, 13,000), and then Nick between 14 and 12, and then Big B between or at 250 knots and above 10,000. So that's checked, and then G-Tout between 11 and 9, checked. Toggle, and then tracking 221 to Bania at 210 knots and 7,000, checked. And from there we're going to join the approach, ILS 17 left. So we're not going to expect any vectors, so I've just loaded our approach into the box from the initial approach fix of Bania. From there we're going to track to Hervey. You want to be at Hervey at 4,000, that's 13.8 DME. Hervey at 4,000 or above, perfect. And then Phonics, Sea-Doo. So we have them about a 14-mile final. Sea-Doo and Jax's. Beautiful, that looks good to me. The simulator is very detailed. Yep, I'm brand new to this game, and now it's so detailed. I just got my commercial pilot's license, but I can't wait to get to this detail. Yeah, man. So I'm guessing you're going from 172, right? I'm going to be starting my training hopefully next week in the 172. So I'm looking for my PPL, and then I'll be getting my CPL as well. Welcome to the stream, Swerve. Practice makes perfect with these FS products. But I definitely do recommend the PMDG 7.3 and the Phoenix A320. In fact, if there's one airplane that you want to spend money on to get a high fidelity kind of pay-wear aircraft, choose the Phoenix A320. Can't go wrong with that. Cannot go wrong with that. Alright, I'm happy with this approach. I've loaded it from the initial approach fix of Bania. So we're going to go ahead and actually I'll even check the missed report. It's going to be a left-hand turn, climb to 500, then left turn, climbing 3,000 on heading 100 outbound on Orlando radio 140 to Presque, which is 16.2 DME, and hold. And it's going to be standard right turns, and it's going to be a parallel entry because we're coming from the opposite direction. So we're going to kind of do that, and it's all going to be LNAV managed. So let's see, runway heading to 500 feet. From there, we're going to go intercept 100 heading, and then 140 radial out to Presque. That looks absolutely fine. Execute that in the box. Checked. Our ILS minimums are 290 on the barrow, so I'm going to come to the EFIS here and pick 290. Yeah, check out the Phoenix 320. And it's actually really good bang for your buck. So for example, this PMDG is like $70 or something like that, but the Phoenix is like hold on, the Phoenix was 50 pounds, so actually that's $70, but this one is more expensive. So the Phoenix, compared to the other aircrafts, it's actually cheaper as well. Cool, so we got our minimums in the barrow, and auto brakes are going to be 2. What else, guys? What else do we need for the landing? Localize your frequency and course, 110.95. That is active, and final approach course is 185. Wonderful. Alright, the next thing I want to do is just set a little fixed ring so I don't forget to do my little descent here. So I want to be, I'll aim for 330 for Leopard, LPERD, and I don't need to type that out in the 7.3. I could just go like that. Love it. And so if I want to be, if I'm at 340, I want to be at 330 for Leopard. So I only have 1,000. Let's aim for 300 because then that'll make more sense for the fixed ring. So I'll have 4,000 feet to lose from 340 to 300. We'll aim for the platform altitude restriction at Leopard. That's the rule of 3 to 1 says 4 4,000 feet will be lost in times 3 times the distance. So 4, 4, 4. If I could do some math, it's 12. So, and I'll add a little bit, few miles to maybe contingency or buffer or slow down and all that good stuff. So maybe if we have some tailwinds. Although actually it should be headwinds because we're kind of going in the direction of landing. We'll call it 14 out. We'll start our descent. 14 out. And now what this is going to do is give me a visual reference right here, just so I don't forget to start my descent. I fly for Frontier in real life A320 Neo. Do you really? I mean, I want to believe you, man, but if I tell you all the stories about how many people have come here in chat and said, I'm a real pilot, I fly for this kind of airline, that kind of airline, and I'm like, oh yeah? And they've been freaking... I'm not saying you're lying, but I've been lied to so many times that I'm kind of weary of believing that, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say that's awesome. That is awesome. So Droodle's Tank says he flies the 320 Neo. 6 years at Frontier? For real, man? Alright, well, if you're telling the truth, that's freaking awesome. Welcome to the chat. I love real pilots in chat. Yeah, where are you based? Let's all bombard Droodles with questions to see if he passes the test. And for whatever reason, my vertical stream doesn't want to show the sim. Hold on. Or not the sim, my Navigraph. There we go. I just have to remember not to touch the Navigraph window here because it disappears on me. Alright, cool. The next thing I want to do, guys, is set up a... I want to get a extended runway centerline. So if final approach course is 185, the reciprocal of that is going to be 005. So I'm going to come over here. Five Snipes says I'm a student pilot working towards my PPL at 16 years old. Awesome, man. Good luck on that. I hope you do great. Joodle says Vegas, but I live in Phoenix. Interesting. So you commute? Cool. So I'll put a 10-mile fixed ring around that and a 5-mile fixed ring. And now what this does, I'll show you guys. So now we have the extended runway centerline. And we got a 10-mile fixed ring and a 5-mile fixed ring just for some extra situational awareness. I said what was the final approach course 185, so it should be 005. Radial 005, and I want it for, say, 25 nautical miles. Okay, so that looks better. Hold on. If I go delete that one. And go 005 / what happens? Ah, there we go. That's what I was looking for. It kind of like an indefinite extended runway center line. So there we go, all the way. Now I find this is more helpful for when you're on a downwind. So if you're on an approach that, for example, if you're coming from the south and you want to do a left downwind for 17 left, it's especially if like ATC for whatever extends your downwind, then you'll always have this extended runway center line as kind of a reference when you turn base for good situational awareness to know how you're going to intercept the localizer and all that. But we're going in a straight in approach, which is not as critical, but still, I'll put it out of habit. And at Bania, we are on a vector, but we're actually going to go direct to Hervey from Bania. But actually, I'm not going to touch that yet. So as you can see, we're on Bania, heading 250 on a vector, but then we're joining it, joining the approach also, the initial approach fix Bania for the 17 left localizer approach or ILS approach. So I could take this and put it there and just connect it, but in case their ATC comes online and wants me to actually follow the vector, and he wants to vector me around before intercepting and doesn't give me a cleared straight in approach, I'm going to keep that for now. And yeah, top of descent's coming out in about 80 miles. So let's do a quick brief now that we're all set up. We are expecting the, hold on, I either take Southwest or Frontier when I commute pending time needing to be there. Oh, okay. How you like the 320 Neo? And also, do you fly the 320 or like does Frontier only have Neos, or do they have the other narrow body types as well? All right. So let's go star. So we're expecting the GTOUT 1 arrival from the Leopard transition to Orlando today for runway 17 left. Constraints are as briefed. We're arriving from the north. The MSA is 3,000 feet from 17 left, 25 nautical miles. ATC is not online, so we don't have to worry about that. The weather is great in Orlando, VFR conditions, so no threat there. VATSIM, I see Jacksonville, but I don't see Jack Center, so I don't really have to worry about the ATC, the VATSIM, so I don't really identify any threats. The only threat I could think of is if we ignore the vector and if we want to go straight in for the 17 left approach, that we're going to have to make sure we do our energy management properly because we're in a straight in. Kind of like a dog leg left base for 17 left, but energy management will be important. Aside from that, keep an eye out for traffic, and we'll keep an eye out on TCAS. Any questions? No questions. Now for the approach, again, we're expecting the ILS 17 left into Orlando, chart 21-1, effective 29th of December 2022, dated 23 of December 2022. We'll ignore the fact that it's 3 years old. India Alpha Romeo Kilo 110.5 is the localizer frequency. Final approach course is 185. Where's my rad nav? Okay, so there is no, I'm thinking of the Airbus. I've flown the Airbus for so long. 110.95 is set, and final approach course 185 set left, right. Glide slope check is at COCAS, that is 1,500 feet and 5.9 DME from the localizer. Minimums are 290 feet on the barrow, 290 set on my side and first officer side. If we do have to go missed approach, it's going to be climb 500 feet, runway heading, then climbing left turn to 3,000 on heading 100, outbound on Orlando VOR radial 140 to Presque, 16.2 DME and hold. And we'll kind of vector ourselves back around, and we'll load the approach maybe from Keiki or even Hervey, and we'll just intercept the ILS that way. Again, we're expecting the, I'm trying to remember what that stood for, but something, what was the approach lighting with sequenced flashing lights, and PAPIs, obviously, precision approach path indicators. And yeah, any questions? No questions. Thank you. We're ready for the approach. Did I even turn off the seatbelt signs? RIP. Passengers are like, I got a leak. Let me off. You have the biggest fleet of Neo. Crosswinds landing is a bit tricky because of the side stick. Other than that, it's great. So do you have to put like ailerons into the wind with the side stick on takeoff as well, or is it just landing? Like when you're doing the takeoff roll, I know, for example, for the 7.3, if there's a right crosswind, I'm going to hold the yoke towards the crosswind, even in the Cessna, right? But I always wondered in the Airbus, on the takeoff roll, do you have to like actually point it towards? You got to do it on both, eh? Interesting. All right. Oh, we got VATSIM online, guys. Oh no, it's auto ATC. If ATC is offline, you may receive automated guidance to assist online controllers. After receiving instructions, resume own navigation, as auto ATC does not offer separation services and is not available everywhere. To provide feedback, please see whatever. Jacksonville Center advises descend via the GTOUT 1 arrival, Orlando altimeter 3007. Okay. We'll do. So we already got descend via, and we were going to give ourselves descend via anyway, so that's fine. Something just clicked. I don't know what that was. But yeah, so Jacksonville Center, I don't see them online. Atlanta Center's online, but not Jacksonville Center. So that's just like an auto ATC. I'm about 30 out from top of drop. So technically, again, I can keep this altitude all the way to Leopard, but yeah, because the FMC has us descending a little bit after that, but that's fine. I'll hit 300 for Leopard. That's absolutely fine. Recalls checked for the approach. Did I have checklist here that I could follow? Where is the checklist? I swear I thought we had a checklist here. Maybe I'm thinking of the 777. Alright, that's fine. We'll keep our star out. That looks good. Let's enjoy the cabin a little bit. I haven't really shown the cabin to you guys. I'm not gonna lie, the Phoenix cabin, much more high fidelity. Like, look at all this. This resolution's like freaking 2002 480p. In the Phoenix, you have proper resolution. You have the actual no smoking signs, and the fasten seatbelt signs actually show up. Love the Phoenix. That's why I'm always 99%, well, no, like 80% of the time flying the Phoenix. But also do like this 7.3. Now, one thing we need to do, let's see if Orlando Tower is online. So I don't have any MCO, Tower, or ATIS. Okay, so we're going to go CTAF. Let's see what the common traffic advisory frequency is in Kilo Mike Charlie Oscar. It's 124.3. So I'm on Unicom right now, and I'm going to plug in 124.3. When I get closer to Orlando area, we'll advise of our position and the CTAF frequency. Checked 124.3. Joodle says, I'm hopefully wanting to get into flying the A330s with another airlines. Nice, like Delta or whatever. You guys get paid so much more as pilots in US. Again, assuming Joodles is in fact who he says he is. But yeah, you guys get good pay. I'll be right back, guys. Let me just get some water. I'm yapping nonstop and my mouth's going dry. One sec. Alright, we're back. And if you guys haven't already, do join my Discord server for some, yeah, probably Delta, nice. Join my Discord server. I'll leave the link in the chat. We support each other. We shoot the shiznit, and we ask any sim questions or IRL aviation questions. And we all try to help each other out, trying to build a little community on Discord. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys join. Doesn't cost a thing. Swerve says just hit the hostess button to bring you a drink. The captain. Where is it? So I'll go. Where is the hostess button here? I guess this is the only one we have. Ding dong. And then how would you do it in real life? So would you go... so that's my radio... Is it PA? Flight service. Is this... No, it's not service. That's probably to maintenance, right? Speaker. It's not going to be passenger announcement, is it? I wonder how you speak to the... Do you put intercom? Like, for example, the passenger announcement, I can go like that. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, blah, 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 blah. But not that. Bring it back here. That's the high frequency radio. That's the very high frequency FLT. One of these should be to speak to the flight attendants. Alright, let's start a descent. We're going to go to 300. What is that clicking sound? It kind of concerns me because I'm not really hitting anything over here on my end. 300 selected, and we're going to go alt intervent. And it's going to gently start its descent. 340 descending 300, and I'm going to bring down my cost index again for our arrival. No need to be ripping it so fast. So let's go back to 14, which was our original cost index. Execute. Good. So retard VNAV speed, and we're going down to 255. And profile is actually, we're a little bit high, so now profile's coming in. That'll kind of figure itself out. And then fix ring, I'm going to delete that. Delete. Good. It says drag required, but that's fine. I'm not in a huge rush to slow down. Just call them what we do. Alright. Guys, can we get the stream to like 15 likes? If you're watching it and enjoying the stream, please hit that like button. I'd really appreciate your help. Alright, we are actually past Leopard from Noom. Now I can go down to 190. Checked. 190 selected, indicating we're going to go to the progress page here. So 1529 Zulu, and about a, what's my distance? Fix 100 miles ish, 113, but we'll call it 100 ish. Everything's kind of rough in aviation, so we're to the north, 100 to the north. Orlando traffic, Southwest 502, descending out of flight level 290 via the GTOUT 1 arrival. Currently about 100 miles to the north, inbound for the straight-in ILS 17 left approach, Orlando traffic. Cool. Swerve joined our Discord. Appreciate you, man. Swerve has a CPL. Maybe if I have some questions about my real world training, I'll be consulting with Swerve. There's Swerve in the Discord server. I waved hello to you. Thanks for joining. Oh yeah, guys, I got a pretty good footage of the Emirates A380 departing Pearson yesterday with the destination Dubai livery. I have tons of plane spotting on the channel if you guys like it. Drudel says we use the interphone system to talk to cabin crew. So I actually stuck my phone camera in between the fence for the airport to get a crystal clear view, unobstructed. And I don't think I had seen that livery before, which is pretty cool. So if you guys enjoy plane spotting or trip reports, check out my channel. Oh, Swerve. Oh my god, I thought you meant CPL in real life. No, I just got the... oh, okay, so Microsoft 2024 you're talking about. You're doing that career mode, right? Gotcha. I actually think I got my PPL in 2024. But I haven't really touched that sim in a while because I'm always 2020ing because all my sceneries and payware aircraft and stuff are compatible here with 2020. But yeah, that was a pretty cool departure. It was a pretty solid crosswind from the right. You can see it kind of crabbing its nose into the wind. Tracking runway centerline, but heading a little bit right of that. Very cool. Now, guys, again, I know I've mentioned it several times, but if you are a fan of real world aviation content, especially trip reports, check out my trip report playlist. We got Toronto to Vancouver, Vancouver to Toronto, and these are full trip reports right here with the Air Transat. And then I had Toronto to Rome, Venice to Toronto, Toronto to Vienna, Vienna to Geneva, Zurich to Toronto, and I owe you guys two more. I need to do the Athens one, Toronto to Athens and Athens to Toronto. But I'm pretty proud of these. I put a lot of work and editing into it, if I may say so myself. They came out pretty good. So do check it out on the channel and hit the like button if you like these videos, and do leave a comment on them, please. I really would love your feedback. Obviously, keep it respectful and everything. But aside from that, I am done yapping. Let's start flying into Orlando. So 190. Next one is going to be 130. So the FMC will follow that profile. So I'm just going to go down actually all the way to 7,000. I'll let the FMC handle the profile here and hit all the constraints hopefully. And we'll be cross-checking as well. 700, and you want to be at 280 for you. So you know what? I'm going to go speed intervent, and I'm going to speed ourselves up here. I know it seems a little counterproductive, but I do want to hit that speed restriction at 4U. Good. Etihad came in with 380 now per minute. Yeah. Drudels. I haven't been able to spot it yet, but yeah, I heard they took the route that the Etihad 380 used to fly to JFK, and they actually diverted that instead to Toronto. So their Etihad A380 is the second A380 now on top of the Emirates that comes to Toronto. Isn't that crazy that you have such a small little country, the United Arab Emirates, and they have two A380s flying into Toronto, and that's the only A380 that comes into Toronto. So now I think they've replaced their route to JFK that used to be served by the A380 is now served by the 350, if I'm not mistaken, or was it the 777? One of those. So they switched it over to a smaller aircraft, and the 380s coming to Toronto now, which is really cool. I'm going to turn up the sounds a little bit. Hopefully you guys can still hear me 5x5. And transition levels coming up at 180. We got 11 people watching and 11 likes. I'll take it. You know what? I'm actually going to highlight that message from Joodles. Etihad came in with 380 now permanently to Toronto. Joodles, I like your logo. It kind of reminds me of the Phoenix logo I have for the channel, actually. If you look at the sticker here in chat, kind of reminds me of that. Alright, transition 3007. 3007 set twice, 3 times, checked. Alright guys, we're about, how far are we from the field here? We'll call it 80 to the north. Orlando traffic, southwest 502, about 80 to the north inbound of the GTOUT 1 arrival for the ILS 17 left approach, Orlando traffic. When we get about 20 miles-ish, I'll switch over to the CTAF frequency. Almost the same, yeah. If they can get ANA to come in with the A380, oh, that would be awesome, man. I love the ANA livery. Do Japan Airlines fly to Toronto? I should know this. I must have seen Japan Airlines. I can't really recall. Can someone check in chat? Does Japan... I don't think ANA flies to Toronto, do they? I haven't seen them, but maybe I'm mistaken. I want to know which Japanese airlines fly direct to Toronto. I wonder if that exists. Yeah, China Eastern does. But I mean Japanese airlines. I don't think Japan Airlines or ANA fly into Toronto. So I want to be at 280 knots for 4U, and then after that it's going to be Nick, and then slowing it down to around 250. So 13,000, 13,000 or above at 4U, we're at 15,000. So the FMC is doing a great job. VNAV's doing a great job. Alright, past 4U, I'm going to actually slow it down to 260 for now. Japan Airlines doesn't? Yeah, that's what I thought. And ANA, I haven't seen any ANA. I'm pretty sure they don't. And guys, we have the Taxi2Gate payware scenery down in Orlando installed. I'm going to get all the constraints here. Press data. We'll do it on the EFIS on the FO side as well. So, be good if they did, even with this. Yeah, any Japanese airlines would be cool if they make their way to Toronto, for sure. The more airlines fly here, the merrier, right? Alright, since there's no VATSIM, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to grab my Bania here, my initial approach fix, and I'm going to replace it with this one. We're going to go over here to plan, and we're going to make sure that that looks good. Alright, looks good to me. Let's check one more time. GTOUT, toggle, Bania, and join the ILS from Bania, 17 left. That looks good. Alright, 10,000 feet. Engine start switches, continuous landing lights on. Seatbelt signs. Whoops, not that. On. Pressurization, depressurizing cabin altitude 2000, Delta P4 and declining. Checked. Lufthansa has twice a day 740. Yep, I've spotted the 747 a lot of times. Very cool. Now remember, we're kind of coming in straight in, or dogleg for 17 left, so we have to make sure our energy management is correct. Our final approach speed today is 154. That looks good. And we got 110.95, 185 set on my side, and the FO side. We'll wait for that to come in. It's good to be back in the 7.3, guys. Alright, you want to be at 210 for Bania. I'll start slowing it down to 210 knots. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to my approach, 17 left. And we're going to vacate on the left. Actually, we'll get the airport chart as well. Whoops. Not DCA, MCO, there we go. So 17 left, yeah, it's going to be vacant on the right, my bad. Vacant on the right, so probably via Foxtrot, past that bridge, cross 17 right. Which airside do I park in for Southwest? I don't recall. Approach, there we go. 1,000 feet to go. And then we can actually keep going down to 4,000. And I'm going to go over to my CTAF frequency now, 124.3. Orlando traffic, Southwest 502, about 25 miles to the northeast, inbound, ILS 17 left approach, descending at a 7,400, Orlando traffic. I don't know what he just said.
traffic load 1742, taxiing 17 right via Golf.
Alright, he's taxiing 17 right via Golf, checked. We're doing 17 left. Droodle says Terminal A for Southwest, okay. Which one's Terminal A? Airside what? Which one's Terminal A, airside what? Do you know what airside it's called? Let me Google it. Which airside is... Okay, you know what? Which airside does Southwest park at KMCO? Airside 2, Terminal A. Okay, airside 2. So we're going... to vacate on the right and go airside 2. Checked. Cool. Approach 17 left. Cool. Beautiful, there we are. Alright. 6,000 for 4,000. I'll give it some speed brakes to slow it down to 210. And we can go flaps 5, speed check, flaps 5. Correction, flap 1. Runway heading 185. Alright, 17.2 from DME, good. Give me flaps 5, speed check. Stow the speed brakes. Actually, give me the speed brakes. Orlando traffic, Southwest 502, 15 mile final runway, 17 left, Orlando. Slow me down to 180. Actually, slow me down all the way to flap 5 bug speed. Spoilers.
Traffic
back in.
42 departing runway 17 right, Jimmy's for your departure.
Alright, I'm going to go level change. Let it slow down a little bit. Okay, 3,000, level changing. We'll go VS, that's fine. Let's do 1,400 a minute. Get below the glide slope. Okay, give me flaps 15. Sorry, flaps 10. There's the glide. We'll go intercept the localizer. Localizer captured. Here comes the glide slope. We'll go approach. Autopilot 1 and 2. Glide slope captured. Gear down, flaps 15. Arm the ground spoilers. Cabin crew, please prepare for arrival. Okay, speed check. Flaps 25. Check. 154 and the final approach speed. Runway heading set. Missed approach altitude 3,000 set. Speed check. Flaps 30. Runway in sight.
Traffic 875, taxiing to runway 18 left.
Alright, Gear down, 3 green, no red, flaps 30 indicated, auto brakes 2, ground spoilers armed, we're lit up, cabin advised, landing checklist complete. Orlando traffic, Southwest 502, 8 mile final, runway 17 left, Orlando. Alright guys, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go my throttles. And let's go record. Boom. Autopilot off. Now we are a little bit rusty as we haven't flown the 7-3 in a while, but it's actually feeling really nicely trimmed out here. I don't even need to adjust any stab trim. We're on speed, on profile. This is the thing, man. No matter how automated the 320 is, the 737 is just so fun to hand fly. Alright, visual landing, 2 red, 2 white, 1000 check stable, missed approach altitude, 3000 set check. I know that first officers are supposed to say check, but here in the sim we're the FO and the captain. Zoom out a little bit for you guys. Orlando traffic, Southwest 502, short final, 17 left. Orlando. Winds are calm. We'll keep this sight picture right here.
Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums.
Landing.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Alright, speed brakes, reverses normal. Decel. Absolute grease. Hey, for not touching this for a while, we'll take it. We'll roll it out all the way to the end. Welcome to Orlando. I'll take that landing. Maybe a little bit floaty, but I'll take it. Oh, I freaking love flying this thing 60. So, oh my goodness, that's so fun. Auto brakes off. Welcome down to Orlando. Smash the like button for this landing. Absolutely greased it. Wow, that was fun. Let me just stop the recording here. Wow, that was so fun. I can't like overstate how fun that was compared to the 320. Sorry, 320. Cool. Now, which way am I going here? Right side. Orlando traffic, Southwest 502, clear of 17 left, taxiing to the gate via November. Foxtrot, cross 17 right at Foxtrot. Golf to airside 2, Orlando traffic. Alright guys, welcome down to Orlando. Swerve says good job. Just me says I'm here catching the, hey, you caught the best part. Orlando's so beautiful, yes sir. Guys, welcome down to Orlando. That was an absolute grease. Let me just clean it up here. Flaps coming up. I'm going to stop the time. Hour 43 minutes on the flight time. Hour 56 on the block time. So it's going to be a left turn on Foxtrot here. Just Me says, yes I did. You're much happier landing. Yeah, it's so fun. Just Me. This is the one that you flew on WestJet. It's so freaking fun, man. Come over here. And in the vertical stream, I'll bring you guys... Actually, I'll keep you guys on the flight control cam in the vertical stream. This plane is so fun to hand fly. And I'm going to go ahead and start the APU now. That was fun. I legit had fun. That was a pretty stable approach too, because the winds were calm, so I didn't really have to fight anything, so we wouldn't accept anything other than a greaser. Oh, chat. Chatty McChatster. Minus 93. I mean, we don't always get them butter, but when we get them butter, we'll talk about it. Look at that. Minus 93.98 G's. We'll take that any day of the week. That was a certified grease into Orlando. Shout out friend of the channel, Raf, who is one of our Simple Captain members, supports the channel on a monthly basis. I really appreciate him. And I haven't seen him in chat in a long time because I think he's busy doing his thing with his career. I really appreciate you, Raf. This is where you live. Welcome home. Shabang says, today I was in a ASA5 from DCA to LAX. Nice. What's ASA5? Droodle says that was good. Just Me says, can you do a stream in Mexico? Good call. That's a good idea. I haven't flown in Mexico in a while. Mexico, especially Mexico City, is always spicy to land at because it's high elevation, so you got that density altitude. And Just Me, for non-aviation people, what that means is... so what that means, Just Me, with density altitude just means that when the airport is at a high elevation, that the engines won't perform as much and the wings won't perform as well. So it's kind of spicy. So you're not getting as much performance out of the aircraft. But yeah, that's a good idea. I'll fly maybe Mexico next if I can freaking remember. And we got 13 likes, 13 people watching, 13 likes. I'd really appreciate it if you guys smash that like button. If we can get to 15 likes. Then we'll get to the gate, we'll run the replay, and then I'll let you guys go on about your Sunday night. Thanks for joining me. Orlando traffic, Southwest 502, crossing runway 17 right at Foxtrot, Orlando. And we got the Taxi2Gate scenery as well. Just Me says, I love those streams. I think it's been a year since you've been there. Yeah, it has been a while actually since I've been to Mexico. Just Me says, had to like in vertical too, said hi. Hey, thanks man. I think my bit rate is too high on the vertical stream, so the YouTube algorithm doesn't want to push it out for whatever reason, but I'm going to decrease my bit rate. Clear right, clear left. We'll get the strobes on and we'll go runway turn off since we're crossing. Ooh, someone's taking off on the other side of the field here. Hey. Alright, it's gonna be airport chart. Let's see here. Right hand turn on hotel. Correction, golf. Yeah, right turn onto golf here. Clear left, clear right. And we're going to airside 2 at the end there. Yeah, I'll get the flight control cam on for you guys as well so you can see. So we're going to our airside 2 all the way at the end where Southwest parks. I'm guessing that's all the way there, right? Beyond the trees and everything. Yeah, it's on... That's airside 2 right there, okay. Cool. I'm really looking forward to rolling that replay, guys. Stick around for the replay of that Greece into Orlando. I'm definitely going to edit it into a short as well and post that. We landed with about 6.7 by the time we're taxiing. We probably burned a couple 100 pounds, but a 6.8-ish on board. Pretty balanced as well. 140 between the right and left. Remember, we checked, and the max difference, tolerable difference, is 1,000 pounds of imbalance allowed between the left and right wing. Awesome Sunday night flight. That was fun. Let's come over into the gate here. Which gate shall we take, chat? That guy's standing right there. We're ready for us. Let's go over here. What gate is that? 125 is it? Let's see if we can call him. Gate. Is there Southwest? Southwest. There we go. Oh, now we got 2 people guiding us in. Alright, let's go taxi lights off so they don't get blinded. I'll go with the other guy's signal. Alright, that's good enough. Parking brakes. Set. APU bleed. On. APU. On the bus. Engine 2. Engine 1. Welcome down to Orlando Airport. The Max gets a bad rap. It's a workhorse. Yeah, I should purchase the iFly Max. Alright, we got 1:43 on the flight time and 2 hours and 6 minutes on the basically gate to gate. Less than 5% N1. Cool. We're gonna go seatbelt signs off. And let's come over here. Beacon lights off, and we can go fuel pumps. We'll leave the aft on for the APU. Yaw damper can go off. Window heat, probe heat, and looks good. Let's go GSX. Request deboarding. there you have it. It wants me to open up the door. Ground operation. Doors. Open. 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 Alright. Cool. Let's go here. Oops. Bye, ma'am. Have a good night. Nice landing. Well, thank you very much. See ya. Take care. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye. Let's check out Sim Toolkit Pro as well. For the vertical stream as well. So Sim Toolkit Pro gave us 153. Landing rate monitor gave us 93. 1.05 Gs. Okay, we'll take it. Right on center line, and again, there was no wind, so it's not like that's anything special, but right before the 2,000 footers, so we'll take that. Not that floaty. Accept, close, Sim Toolkit Pro, thank you very much. And there you have it, guys. You just gotta press Alt Enter when the sim gets kind of laggy like that. I used to think it's my terrain level of detail, but I don't think so. Okay. Cool. Let's enjoy this graphic for 2 seconds, and then we'll get the replay and get out of here. Let me check the airport as well. So inside the terminal is modeled. Beautiful airside 2 at Orlando, and we got the Southwest logos as well on the gates. We got a fresh market over here if you guys are hungry. Beautiful. I'll take one screenshot for the Discord. We'll do that for the Discord. Print screen. Alright guys, let's do the replay and we'll get out of here. Let's go disconnect off VATSIM, the first thing. Disconnect, good. And then we'll go reset position on the GSX. Good. And how did you do the panel states here again? Was it from here? FS actions. Nope. PMDG setup. State panel load. Final. Execute. Cool. And we'll go ground spoilers. Kind of arm them. Good. We are lit up. Good, good. Alright, and we'll set our flaps for departure, which it or for landing, which it actually is. Let's see the replay, guys. Let's see this grease. Your bag is heading to Hawaii. United just landed. Is that like a United inside joke? I'm not American, so I don't know. Does United screw up the bags? Alright, let's see the replay. We'll kind of roll it from here. Let's see that butter landing from the wing view here first. Oh, he was saying my bag is... I'll highlight that. Let me highlight that. Great, my bag is missing. Your bag is going to Hawaii. Awesome. No winds, nice and stable. Oh yeah, that wasn't even that floaty at all. Chat, I'll take that any day of the week. That was good. That was a good landing. Let's kind of see it from this wing view. Now let's go back. We'll go here and then make sure I arm the ground spoilers. Good. Alright, let's check it out from this angle. It gives you an excuse to go to Hawaii now. You know what? I haven't done Southwest ops in Hawaii either. So Mexico and Hawaii, those things I'm going to keep in mind. So we're going to fly to Mexico and we're going to fly to Hawaii. The only problem is we never have like VATSIM online. So it has to be an uncontrolled arrival with no ATC, but whatever. Oh yeah, that was grease. We'll take it, guys. LA to Hawaii. That is a long ass flight. I was thinking more like island hopping. Alright guys, I'm gonna roll the replay and get out of here. Where's the ground spoilers? Arm. Alright guys, enjoy the rest of the replay, and I will see you guys on the next one. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and if you're in Canada, happy Canada Day, and enjoy the long weekend, guys. See ya. I'm out. Hit that like button on your way out. I really appreciate it, guys. Take care.
The year is 19... 1991, birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded, no defenders. You've hid your fury and kept it in. But it's time now, you ignite and turn to embers. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
Get ready for verse 2, Electric Boogaloo.
You see the truth behind the veil, and you know that they're just looking for attention. Oh, you don't let the ruthlessness prevail. Oh, it's time now, light your fires for ascension. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you